Hey, what's going on, everybody? Always Win here, and today we're going to be talking about the balance changes. So make sure you guys leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you're at all new, and let's get right into it.
And say that you were mine.
Alright guys, so we are talking about the balance changes today. So as you could see, they did link the changes in the whole news Royale, but I just thought I might as well just come on here, kind of explain what they are. So up first, no hesitation, up first we're gonna start with the Night Witch. Okay, she is the first one listed in this list of balance changes, guys. And honestly, I'm kind of excited she's getting a change, but I'm kind of not, because guys, she is a super strong card. Yes, she is super OP if you play her right, but she's not that hard to counter, and she can't hit air besides the bats. And as you can see right there, the minions just shut down the bats completely. So she's really not that hard to take down. You just have to know how to take her down, and I think that's why they're changing this, because some people they get frustrated when they see her and they don't know what to do because they panic. But I mean, Executioner shuts her down fine. You just saw right there, the minions absolutely crush her. Minion Horde crushes her. The poison destroys her. So there's many counters, but I guess she needed some sort of nerf. So right here, she spawns 3 bats on death from 4. So when she died, she used to spawn 4. Now she only spawns 3. Which is it's not the worst change, but it's not the best. And then the bat spawn speed from 6 seconds to 6 seconds from 5. So now she's gonna even spawn slower. And initial bats spawn slower, so the first wave of bats will spawn a little slower. So I mean, I'm kind of happy, but I'm kind of not, because I think people just over exaggerated how hard she was to counter. Yes, she is super OP in certain counters in certain areas, but I mean, that's why you gotta learn how to counter her. And I mean, check out Lava Loon, for crying out loud. I mean, that never got a nerf or a buff in a balance change, and that was one of the strongest decks in the meta. So it's all up to Supercell, I guess, but she is getting a nerf. Alright, and next up we have Tornado, Poison, and Heal. So these 3, if you stack them up, they will go ahead and they will actually stack. So usually if you were to place 2 poisons, it would just do the amount of damage 1 poison did, but now if you place 2, it's also gonna do the extra damage, that it's gonna fill in the extra damage that the extra poison would have done. So now it's not only doing one poison damage, it's actually doing both poison damages. So that's gonna be awesome. And also the heal spell is gonna do the same. And Tornado, I can't really see that. I mean, it's kind of weird, because I can't really see anybody using it, just because if you place 2 tornadoes, they're just gonna like end at the same time, aren't they? And it doesn't really do too much damage, so I can't see anybody using the tornado as that. Right, so next up we have the Tornado again. Now the Tornado was a very strong card to pull Hog, Golem, Giant, stuff like that, and even just keep stuff away from your tower. It was super good. Well, now it's only lasting 2.5 seconds from 3. So that is absolutely, it's pretty good. So 2.5 seconds it's gonna last, and instead of 3. So I mean, that is kind of good, but I think the minimum damage it does, it's just not strong at all. So I think they should go ahead and fill in the damage that extra 0.5 seconds would have done in the 2.5, so it'd still do the same damage, just it'd be a shorter time. I mean, that probably defeats the whole purpose of just, making it a shorter time, but it was a very strong card, and I still think it has a possibility of being a strong card. Next, guys, one of the cards everybody uses if you have it in every single deck is the Log. Okay, the Log, guys, it's getting a nerf. The Log range is going to 11.1 from 11.6, so now you can't log the Goblin Barrel and the Princess at the same time. You have to choose one or the other, which it's not the biggest deal, but I do see Princess making a comeback from never, like, you rarely see Princess. I can assure you she's going to be coming back in the meta or something like that, where you're just going to be seeing her a lot more frequently. Now here would be a good point for him to Tornado, but not looking like he's going to. So let's head on to the next one. Goblin Gang. Spirit Goblin count to 2 from 3, so that defeats the whole purpose of the Goblin Gang, I feel, because that third Spirit Goblin, guys, I mean, yeah, it might seem like nothing because it dies from 2 hits from the tower, but if you use it as a distraction like point, it actually will, because then they will go to the third goblin, and they would have to kill him before they can go to the tower, which is leading your towers, if you draw them into the middle, getting an extra 2 hits off. So I mean that's quite a bit, honestly, in this game. But I mean it's all good. They do everything for a reason. But I mean, let me know, because I don't think the Goblin Gang is worth zapping anymore, because if you zap, you were zapping to kill 3 Spirit Goblins and make sure everything else was 1 hit. Now you're only really zapping the 2 Spirit Goblins to just assure everything's dead. Then they could play a miner to help tank for those tank for the other goblins and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't really know Goblin Gang. I don't use it too much, but I do think this is almost gonna kind of ruin the purpose of the card. So the skeletons are next, guys, and I can't believe they're going back to this. This is horrible. I've used skeletons since I was in Arena 4, okay? I have used skeletons forever in every single deck, just about now. So, you know, for me to see that they're going back, for me to see, actually, when I used to use them, for me to see that they went from 4 to 3, I was so mad, because I used them in every single deck, and the 4 skeletons were so strong. But then, about 2 months later or so, they brought back the 4 skeleton, and they took it out of the skeleton army, and I was like, sweet, I get the 4 skeletons back. So then I started using them again. I did use them while there was 3, but then, you know, I kind of quit, because I was like, what's the point of even using it? So then, you know, I just substituted for like a skeleton army or something like that, and I wanted to use skeletons because they're a great cycle card if you need one. And then I was happy when they brought him back to 4, and now they're going back to 3. So, you know, I don't know how that's gonna end up going. I hate that they're doing this, because skeletons are like one of my favorite cards because they are super strong. But that's all good. And next up, guys, I love the bandit. I love the bandit so much, guys. So the bandit hit points plus 4%. Not really going to do too much, and her dash initiates quicker, so I do feel like they needed to go ahead and buff the bandit, because, I mean, I don't see her a lot, and mainly that's probably because she's not the best card right now. She does need some working on for her to become used in the ladder, because honestly, she's not used in the ladder enough. So hopefully they could bring her back up. And guys, next we have probably one of the worst legendaries in the game, the Inferno Dragon. So, you know, they always try to go ahead and do this with, I don't know if they've actually tried to nerf or buff the Sparky, but, I mean, they're trying here with the Inferno Dragon. So, I rarely see Inferno Dragons, like, ever, and here, they're going ahead and making the hit points plus 7%, and the retarget is 2.2 seconds quicker, so, I mean, that's not going to make me use him at all. He is a good card with Lava Hound, but anything else, I don't really see him doing good in. Now next we go ahead and we have the Witch up right now, and you know they're nerfing the Night Witch, buffing the Witch, so you might want to start like Karen Fireball or something, because the Witch is probably gonna be making a comeback into the game. Hit points plus 5%. Okay, that's not like too much, but still good. The area damage radius is plus 10%, so you know, that I think is going to be able to destroy such as, like, I think it's going to be able to hit and kill minions a little quicker, because she can just hit all of them at once if they're spread out. And the minion horde, I think. So, spawn speed is going to be 7 seconds from 7.5. Initial skeletons spawn lower, so the first wave will spawn just a little slower, but then every other speed would be 7 seconds. So that's kind of cool, and I guess unique in a certain way. Next up we have the clone. So now we have the clone and the tornado. Tornado's getting a nerf, I feel, and the clone's getting a buff, and Tornado Pose and Heal, they are getting a buff. So now we have the clone. It's going to be faster cloning effect, so I still don't think I'm going to find anybody using clone, because, I mean, honestly, I carry most of the times I carry Electro Wizard, Log, So that's just gonna shut the clone down easy, and it's a waste of 3 elixir when I can counter it for 2 or 4, something like that. So next up we have the battle ram. Damage that destroys the ram won't affect the barbarians. So what I'm thinking here is, if you go ahead and lightning, I think the lightning's just gonna hit once. Like if it were to strike, I guess, just a knight in the middle of the base, I think it's just gonna hit once, and it's just gonna destroy like it does now. It's just gonna absolutely destroy the ram. It's not gonna hit the barbarians. So I mean, battle ram is definitely gonna make a comeback right now in the game. I can assure you that, because that is gonna be real effective right there. And also the bats. They're already making a nerf to the bats, and the bats haven't even came out yet. So, you know, I'm not totally cool with that, but I'm not the one to make the choices. So bat count goes to 4 from 5. So now they're only going to be 4 bats instead of 5 when the card gets released. And I guess that extra, I mean, they're taking away from the Night Witch and the bats. I guess the Night Witch was just like too strong. They just assumed the bats in the real game were gonna be strong, which I do feel like they would have been, because I mean, when the bats come out, I'm using minor bats. I mean, I know a lot of other people are gonna be using that combination too, just because it's gonna be a really good, strong combination. So right here, we're heading in. 56 seconds left. Let's go ahead, get it. I have my bets on Frozen Light right now, but you never know with these kind of matches. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead, 2 times speed this. Nice. He's gonna send Hog Rider over, and he's using the Hog Rider Tornado Rocket. So you never know. All right, nice. King TV. Don't know if I'm saying that wrong. And he's using an Executioner with a Graveyard Knight deck and Tornado. So I mean, it's anybody's game now. He tries. Nice. That was nice by Frozen Light. He pushed the Executioner to the other side. Not gonna really worry about him, because he's not gonna do too much damage to the other side. And check that out. That tower is getting awfully low. Goes ahead and rockets, and wow, I don't think he's gonna be getting it. Wow. King TV goes ahead and pulls out the win right there. So that was pretty close battle. So now, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Go ahead, make sure you guys join up my clan, Always Win YouTube, and just hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and also tell me what you feel about some of these changes down below, and also go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you're at all new. Thank you guys for watching. We are so close to 100. Let's get there. Peace out.